so time was running, I know, not even gonna apologise. I just really wanted to get this set built because I picked it up yesterday on the way to Friday Night Magic, and, well, short version, I used to work with a designer. Great guy. Well, one of the designers anyway. This is actually his first set, so I'm eager to get my hands on it. See what he's been up to. I'll link his Instagram in the description, specifically the photo shoot of him with this set, which is just neat. Oh. Okay, so, showing my age here, I remember when the Spider-Man sets had this same style of thing, but the cord section was string, and the ends were stubs. So, normally I'd time-lapse this, but I actually do kind of want to go through this build in real time for a change. Okay, so Miles Morales. Yeah, I like the sort of current generation hood piece. It just looks like it does that. Okay, set these aside before we get to Venom. I'm assuming he's going to be the next page. And here we have Miles. And something I haven't actually encountered before. One of these projectile parts. Yeah, it's pretty neat. So, let's put him off to the side. Yep. Next up, Venom. Oh, see, I forgot the they upgraded the molding for the Nexo torso somewhere down the line. I've used the original Nexo one in a mock one, so there's link in the corner. I do have a video on that one up. I do like that you can sort of build these parts on yourself now. I've seen some really clever stuff done with this new torso. It's like the lower torso piece for a larger mech, with the shoulders kind of built around it much bigger. Anyway, what are we looking for? Ah man, these smaller brackets are such a game changer, honestly. Okay, so where was I? Brackets. And the 1x1 brackets, like if you look at mechs designed before and after these, it is night and day different. It's remarkable. Same goes for the, I think originally a Nexo crossbow piece, but the mixel joint on a stick, which is just so versatile. I've seen so much cool stuff done with those. Okay, and now we're basically just tiling off this collar section. I'm guessing the bar's there for a reason. We'll come back to that later on. We'll probably come back to that later. First, however, the classic Nexo cockpit. And with that lovely printed tile. Nope. 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 Aha. Okay, ooh, let's do the waist assembly then. This piece is also feels like kind of a game changer. We don't really have like a ball-to-ball connector on this kind of scale. So I'm really excited to see what like gets done with this going forward. So slope this off. A couple of these. Standard pin. And it's also... yeah. Digging this so far. It has the right vibe to it. You know, like... it's smooth enough that it feels sufficiently symbiote-y. Okay, limbs now. I actually haven't used the, these new limb pieces before, but I've seen some really, really cool stuff done with them. You know, like using them where you'd have, like, you can't get onto the side with this face, onto the side of, like, a leg for a larger mech with this facing forward, so you have this as the basis of a knee spike you can then kind of greeble onto with the rest of the leg continuing up. And having a knee joint somewhere. There's options for these. Oh, I didn't know I did these pins in white now. Oh, it's a regular frictionless one, neat. Okay, so that's probably going to be one of these, onto there. Yep. Leggy. Second verse, same as the first. Yep. I wonder what the logic was behind going for context here, both the legs are shown with the tooth piece used for detailing being put on facing away from the camera. I'm wondering what the logic is behind that. Anyway. And 2 legs. Oh, there's a bit of feet next then. So 2 of these. I like him to use the sort of rougher edge parts down here, just that it feels more like in line with the symbiote. There's like for all the smooth surfaces, there's also some very kind of less smooth stuff going on, but it has to kind of get about getting the balance right, you know? I dig it. And we have legs. Let's readjust now. Might work on the arms. The shoulders look neat. I'm looking forward to seeing how they're done. I feel this is a relatively new piece to me at least. I don't think I've used it before. This piece is pretty interesting as well. I don't think I've used one before, but I can see a lot of potential for it, like more so than the... I don't think as much so as those, the 1x2 variant of this. Like, I've seen, there's some fun stuff that's been done with that. Oh, the stud's there so we can grab minifigures and stuff. That's a nice touch. Oh, I like this. That gives it some really neat shaping there. Yeah, that really works the shoulder. That has like a really nice sort of dripping effect to it. It has like the kind of flow you'd want from a symbiont type build. Okay. And the elbow. I like how these two fit together. You know, there's some neat stuff going on with clearances there. Let's just angle that part down for the sake of it. Fingies. I've seen that some of the mechs use a sort of newer part for the fingers that I haven't actually gotten my hands on yet, but there's some fun stuff possible with that from what I gather. There's some really nice, a nice new option for grooving out larger builds, adding fingers, that kind of thing. I considered it for one of my own mechs, but ended up going a different route. That's neat. And then mirror the build to the other side. It's looking like it. Oh! These bargaining for attaching the web piece, aren't they? That's clever. That's some just simple but neat functionality right there. I can get behind that. Yeah, this is a nice set. It's nice and simple, but I feel like adding a second minifig makes like a lot of difference for a set of this size. Like, I tend to favour small sets growing up, just because like I've seen well, like the old designer series, that was the level I grew up with. The X-Pods and that are absolutely amazing, because, like, it was only a handful of parts, but it came with, what, like 2 or 3 official builds, and then just options for like 1 billion others. It was brilliant. I loved those things. And, like, yeah, seeing a smaller set like this get this kind of attention is really cool. You know, like, there's as much, I reckon that, you know, by part per part, there's as much effort that goes into these as into the giant sets that get all the focus, but, like, yeah, you gotta pay attention to the smaller stuff as well, you know, there's cool stuff going on here. You know, like, the thing about adding a second minifig here is that the moment you do that, it ceases to be effectively an action figure and an accessory, and it immediately becomes a playset. There's story, all of a sudden there's story potential there. Like, even just looking at the mech, most of the joints and everything are still in that base grey. And a lot of the detailing in Venom stuff feels sufficiently symbiote that, like, it's as though Venom has basically taken over a mech rather than got like a blank mech rather than you know, getting a full custom built mech for himself. So if you look at where the detailing is, a lot of the black and white flows around the outside of the inner grey skeleton, and so it feels a lot more like like narrative-wise, he's broken into whatever factory these things are produced in, whether that's well, like Stark Industries, Shield, something or other, and hijacked effectively a blank one that was going to be used for another hero somewhere down the line. Yeah, as I thought. Maybe so you can web it onto here. Loop it around, and suddenly Miles is working on capturing this thing. Let's get him. Grabbing onto it. Yeah. This is a really neat little set, just by including Miles in there, it adds so much extra value. Yeah, let's just untab this from here. Maybe we can wrap it. Start wrap through the hands. Yeah, like, joining companies is enough that you can have, like, you can kind of arrange the joints on this stuff so that it's pretty much whenever you want it to be. Like, just by doing that, it's gone from, you know, this web that Miles is swinging from to turn that back onto there, adjust that back a bit. Venom attempting to tear off one of the webs that's on his arm. Oh, that's what this is for. That's gonna be. Yeah, you can have him kind of holding it upside down, like so. Which looks natural because of how it's positioned. You can also go in for, like, the full. And yeah, suddenly Venom's going for the grab while he's web slinging. There are so many options just by giving an extra minifig. You know, that's just something really cool for this line. I don't really follow the Marvel Mech stuff for the most part, but, like, that may change. This is just neat. The other thing that's just neat as well, though, is that, like, there's a common build language across the Ninjago ones, the Marvel ones, and the Star Wars ones. You know, so, like, already, if you're a kid and you've, like, 1 or 2 from each, you're already playing with crossovers. You know, it's like a bunch of your favourite characters just coexisting all of a sudden. And I think that's really cool. A lot of this neat potential there. Yeah, this was designed by an ex-co-worker of mine over at World Builder, and it's just a really neat little set. You know, even if you're not necessarily following the mech stuff like I wasn't, I'd recommend checking it out. There's a lot of character in it. You know, some, like, the gribbling feels right. you know, the silhouette has the kind of tendrils and stuff, and like the drippy, and like the kind of smoothness combined with the slightly more angular drippiness that just fits the character. Anyway, this has been Lucas Builds, and I will see you next time, actually. Let's take a look at one of my mechs. I've just finished working on the final revamp of 31124, so we'll get a good look at that next time. See you then.